All right. So my heart has been hurting for a really long time. And it's kind of funny because, like, sometimes we just, like, pretend that that's not there. And, like, we move on. Or so we think. And we stuff it back into the filing cabinets of our mind. And we forget who we are and who we've been. And sometimes, like, our trauma will cause us to black things out. And it can be really painful and excruciating to experience these things and to re-experience these experiences. Sometimes this is what the body does to show itself to itself. Sometimes you might see a reflection in another person. I have great work to do. I'm going to show myself that I am worth it. I'm going to spend my time reading my books. I am in a superior or important stage of development right now that requires the most discipline. And it is difficult to stay disciplined and focus on school if I am focused on, man, I need to make money, I need to work, I need to do this. It can be quite tormenting. However, a lot of times that's just a story. Sometimes one can be perfectly safe, the bills can be paid, and still the self tells the self a story that it is not safe, it is not okay. Imagine how many people live at home with their family and still are shouting at the skies how life is awful. Imagine how many ungrateful people there are. How many people have everything that you wish that you had. People that are wishing they didn't have a baby. And all you wish is that you could conceive. There's so many different sides of the spectrum of this universe. And sometimes we have to accept accountability for the choices we have made with our life and where we choose to go. I choose to dedicate to myself 100%. Of course, I could choose possibly to be a bartender. However, I do not necessarily encourage that humanity is to do that to itself. However, I imagine I could be a good person to talk to when you are in that dark space at the bar all by yourself. I imagine there is a science and alchemy to making each drink. Actually, I know a bar that I would love to work at. If I was to have to choose a bar anywhere in this city to work, I would choose Oddbirds. They are such artists with their alcohol. I am just so fascinated with what I have seen. Like, it is literally a science, and it's fascinating. That's where I choose to work. I'm not saying I'm going to be the most perfect, best drink maker. But believe me, I could. I think that it's so beautiful. Like, it's just like mixing up my essential oils and making the most perfect mixture and perfect medicine to treat myself when I'm feeling poor. People don't understand that poor is not just financial. And some people are tricked in the illusion of having financial when really they're just poor. And they think that they're poor and they don't invest in themselves because they're just broke. And that's not true. They just think that they're worthless, so they don't do nice things for themselves. I have been doing my best to do things for myself, to show myself, look, I love you, I'm showing up for you in ways that you can't get anybody to pay for you. Like, who's going to pay $1,000 for 10 acupuncture treatments or however many I get when I go to this Camley Center, you know? Like, how many people are that invested in me? 0? Like...
In 1 mile, turn left onto Leonard C. Taylor Parkway.
I'm very curious to know if you can hear the navigation. I think that's very important, and it has made me discover that I am going to watch every single video that I create. at least once, and then like title it appropriately. Like, turn off your speakers, but watch how pretty she is when she breaks down. That's an Atreyu quote I just brought to life, excuse me. I have so much love and so much passion and so much hatred. No, I'm kidding. I'm not really kidding, because like there's some things that I genuinely don't like, and I just choose not to be of that polarity anymore. Though I notice the more that I avoid it, like the more that it agitates me, right? Like I have to learn to accept. Dude, I cannot handle like being around this truck thing right now. It is killing me. Being around this guy. Go behind the sheriff in the truck. Oh, my eyes. I have so much like crying I'm holding back. That's why I'm imagining that this sicky running eyes for no reason quote means. Every time it happens, I'm like, all the reasons that I wish to well up. And I'm constantly told, just well up, just bottle up all those emotions, just keep going, soldier, just keep going. I don't care how much you're hurting, you just keep going. Some people really understand these stories, and honestly, it's mainly men. So I've always been like friends with men who truly understand the struggle. And like, I have compassion for men who fall in love with women and all the stories of love, and I like to help my homeboys out. I always have. I've always been like wingman. I'm also heartbreaker because I'm also the person that has to tell that person no when they actually muster the courage to court me. They don't understand how much I enjoy my individuality and my singularity. Not that I require multiple partners as much as just I genuinely enjoy my own company and the peace of my own mind and having complete silence and the choice. The choice to do whatever I choose. If I choose to get in my car and drive to the Amrit Institute at 5 o'clock in the morning, let's go.
Turn left onto Leonard C. Taylor Parkway.
We are entering a world of technology where there is absolutely no privacy. And some people do not have any conscious awareness how this will be used against you, even when you think you are in private. They do not understand frequency and waves and sounds. You do not understand the microfibers. There's so many secrets I wish to reveal. However, the things that I realize is sometimes if you tell someone a superpower, right, they can use that power for bad. Though my intuition keeps telling me trust. And that intuition, sometimes I say that's God in my heart telling me, trusting me with my feelings. It's in my guts, in every cell of my body, telling me what's up. And I can't deny that. And so this is very dangerous to be expressing this truth. However, it's already happening without people's conscious awareness. So why not raise it into your awareness and let you know the power of your intentions? Your intention is your will. Your will is your wish. Your wish is your acceptance. What do you accept? Do you accept women to be touched without their permission? Is that funny?
5 miles. Keep right onto State
Is that
Road
entertaining
16.
to you? Is that something you'd like to see continue? Do you wish to see the woman raise up and become this darker person instead of being the loving, kind flower as she has expressed herself as being throughout the generations of time? All the different levels of expression of femminhood and being different. Being wired different as animals, as creatures, as beings, as cells and particles, waves. I'm disappointed in the way that we have been treating each other. Look at how you have even thought about treating other people you don't even know. Why are you so hateful and programmed this way? Ask yourself this, and then ask yourself how you can get better. And truly sit with this answer. And please be a grown-up and treat yourself with respect. If you need to sit in silence and deal with your thoughts, do it. Do not keep yourself busy playing video games and making money and drinking Coca-Cola. You think that buying other people things is going to magically make you into a better person? Or are you giving simply to see that person get? Are you genuinely happy for their success? Or are you envious? Or are you only doing it because you need to have meaning and value because you did this? How invested are you? Speak with your actions. You say that you love your partner, though how many secrets do you keep? What are things that you do behind this person's back? How do you listen to what's wrong with them and how do you nurture them? How are you a mother to them? How are you a father? What kind of mother and father did you have? What kind of mother and father did you need? Give yourself permission to experience the energy and receive what you actually needed, what you need, what you still need, and what you are interested in, even if it's what you think you need. Give yourself permission to experience these feelings and submit to them and allow them to come into you. When you're done with your parents, you can move on to your future life partner or the life partner of your dreams. Even if you're with someone right now, give yourself permission and check in and make sure that you know what you really need. If you see that person, fine. Attempt, though, to just see their energy. Do not see the person, just see their energy. See what resonates with you. See what you wish to push away. This is just an energetic exercise. However, in this safe space, you can see your fantasies, your dreams, what makes you happy. Only you can make you happy. Your secret sometimes is what makes you happy, and that's what makes you miserable is you. Is you choose not to do what you really wish to do. I could use me as an example. I had the opportunity to go to Egypt with my father for his first time, and I was a coward, and I chose saying I had to work and all these stories, and suddenly I was set free. And I could have paid the extreme prices if it was that important to me. And I think I'll beat myself up with that story forever. I'm just disappointed. It's just a karmic lesson that I have to learn. That sometimes even money, no matter what everyone is going to say, if they're going to freak out, if there is something so important to you that you are going to be miserable and tell a bad story about yourself in the future, you step up to the plate and you be yourself. Because you're only stuck with yourself at the end of this life, right? You and the good Lord above. And yeah, maybe your buddies, they'll all meet you there up at the top, and maybe your lover is still by your side. But still, remember who you are. Did you show up for yourself? Did you love yourself? In what ways did you love yourself? Did you pass yourself around and always serve others? I wouldn't consider that loving yourself. It's a pretty selfless thing. You have to love yourself first. Some people have no clue what that means. It's kind of like you have to put your own mask on first when the airplane is going down. You have to be calm. You can only bring me into your energetic state, you understand? Or I can bring you to my energetic state. However, if we allow each other's energy to take each other far away from our natural selves, what good are we really for each other? I think it is an important thing.
1 mile. Keep right onto State Road 16.
I believe it's an important thing for us to work to be able to come together with people that we normally can't stand. I think that's where superior growth happens and where we can literally change the world. If we can literally shrink these vast differences, but our fears and our uneducation is what keeps us away from growing. We are afraid of being uncomfortable, so we never make ourselves uncomfortable. I'm so glad I didn't say anything to that lady. Some people, they try to push me to like, you know, throw a scene and behave in this way and how they would have did this or that. And just sometimes I'm just really glad how I chose to behave, even though some people don't understand. Some people don't understand.
Keep right onto State Road 16.
Yeah.
Then continue onto State Road 13 North.
I just suddenly had the thought how a punishment for this gentleman doing what he did to me.
Continue onto State Road 13 North. Turn right onto State Road 13 North.
thrown off like on this GPS because it's nighttime. There's literally not a single street light out here. It's ridiculous. It's not really ridiculous. I just really value sunlight. Okay? And I don't recognize this stuff because it's dark. My eyes are watery. Though, what I was thinking is how this gentleman, how suddenly for touching me, like, he might have herpes. And that might be, like, a good enough... That's, like, my sadistic thinking. Or just, like, my own personal self-attack. I used to also think that, like, my herpes was the only way I would ever find someone who really loved me. Like, they'd be willing to get infected because they knew that they wanted to, like, infect themselves with me for the rest of their lives, that I was the best fungus that they have ever discovered. And that they truly loved me. And they couldn't live without me. And they were happy to be alive when they were around me. And they suddenly saw the beauty, or just, I don't know. I have, like, this fantasy, and sometimes I swear to God I found this person. Being in a long-distance relationship can be extremely difficult. However, my love for this person is so expansive. I'm just like in this divine process, and I'm kind of thankful for our distance because it's forcing me to stay focused on myself in a way that I wouldn't be able to be there for myself if I was like in a completely devoted relationship where I'm like constantly in the flesh of that person, you know what I mean? Like, I'm such a hopeless romantic. And, or you could say like a genuinely superior loving person. However, I have like all this love for life that needs to be like expanded and explored, and I recognize I can only do it right now, and I need the alone time and the peace in order to read. Like, I'm very sensitive to people's energies, and I focus too much on like what the person's doing in the kitchen, so like I need to like be able to sit and focus with my books. I'm sure I could train myself with like, you know, putting myself through those habitats that turned me into like having no choice. Though I really do enjoy like silence and like, God, I love yoga. It's really painful for me sometimes to go through the postures and like the uncomfortableness. However, I've had like some of the greatest teachers like Alora and Luna and the Amrit Institute. I apologize that I cannot remember all of your names all the time. My trauma and my autism, or whatever you want to call my brain injuries. I sincerely have nothing but love, and I apologize for the boundaries I have crossed while I have been in the process of discovering myself. I apologize. I recognize my mistakes, and I am working on everything that I possibly could ever. So I know that I have made a lot of videos requesting tributes. However, I want to teach you a secret about the power of intention. And the only way I could think of doing it is by making it funny and cute, okay? And the way that I make it funny and cute is, yeah, by making it all about me, because I think selfishness is funny. So anyway, it's funny and like, 'cause it's weird and uncomfortable, and it's not really like who I am naturally, and I'm having to like force myself, okay? So the joke is, I want you to go into your closets, and like when I say your closets, I mean do this in private. No one is to know this. Though in your thoughts and
turn left onto State Road 16.
In your thoughts and in your heart, in the bottom of your heart, with the biggest, strongest desire, the true feeling of wanting happiness for me. This is your prayer. This is your intention. You are praying and wishing for my success, that I achieve what God intends for me, not what I always want, though what is in my best interest, even when I cannot see. Okay? Though you have to mean it. So the opposite, where this dark magic and dark work happens, is there are people in the bottom of their hearts, they really hope people get sick. They hope people's cars break down. They want bad things to happen to that person. And that's all they do, is they focus on that all the time, constantly sending those vibrations out. What do you think that does to that person? The person that's just thinking about it. Do you know how sick that is? Literally, it will make you sick. I have so much to show you. I understand your secrets. I would love to show you ayahuasca and combo. I would love to be your shaman. I would love to
Turn left
be
onto State Road 16.
your magic medicine woman. I would love to be your best friend, and I would love to call you my love bug. I've also decided that. My love. I will call you my love from now on. My love bug. My love. My perfect love.
In
All right, to you.
1.7 7 miles. Turn right onto State Road 16.